15 suspects were arrested for stealing over $38 million from low-income Southern California families. The suspects targeted funds disbursed through CalWORKs and CalFresh programs, which help low-income beneficiaries purchase food and provide for basic needs, said the U.S. Attorney's Office. In total, over $38.9 million was stolen from victims' EBT cards for the food stamp program, officials said. A large-scale operation resulted in the arrest of 15 suspects, many of whom authorities say are Romanian nationals. Over 300 law enforcement officers monitored 20 ATM locations across the Los Angeles area during the investigation. The suspects used cloned cards to fraudulently withdraw money. Cloned cards are debit cards, gift cards or other devices with magnetic strips that have been encoded with information from legitimate EBT cards, officials explain. Investigators recovered 429 cloned cards containing state-issued EBT information. Some of the withdrawals were obtained through skimming devices installed on ATMs, officials said. On February 2, 3 suspects were arrested for allegedly withdrawing funds from ATM machines in Hollywood and Tarzana using cloned EBT cards, officials said. All 3 were charged with aggravated identity theft, unlawful use of unauthorized access devices and possession of 15 or more unauthorized access devices. On March 1, 11 Romanian national suspects were arrested on charges of EBT access card fraud with losses totaling over $1,000, which is a federal felony. By stealing public benefits using counterfeit EBT cards, the defendant in these cases plundered the accounts of some of our community's poorest residents, people who need these benefits to survive, said United States Attorney Martin Estrada. These actions are part of a larger assault on the EBT system, one which has caused tens of millions of dollars in losses. The Los Angeles Police Department started the investigation into the fraudulent withdrawal of benefits in August 2022, and the United States Secret Service soon after joined Operation Urban Justice as a joint partner, said the U.S. Attorney's Office. Allegedly stole nearly $1 million. 3 women were arrested for the alleged theft of nearly $1 million in federal student loans. The suspects were identified as Naisha Ramsey, 43, of Lancaster, Dion Ramsey, 36, of Las Vegas, Naisha's sister, and Sharon Barney, 62, of Lancaster, Naisha's mother-in-law, by the U.S. Attorney's Office. The 3 women are accused of obtaining around $980,000 in student loans using stolen identities, some of which belonged to California inmates, authorities said. From January 2012 to August 2017, the suspects obtained stolen names and social security numbers to fraudulently enroll in an Orange County community college. The suspects posed as fake students while applying for funds through the Free Application for Federal Student Aid (FAFSA) program. They directed all stolen funds to their personal bank accounts, which were used for personal expenses and not college tuition, authorities said. All 3 defendants were arrested on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud affecting a financial institution and bank fraud. Dion Ramsey faces 4 additional counts of wire fraud affecting a financial institution. Naisha Ramsey and Barney were arraigned and have pleaded not guilty to the charges against them, court documents said. Dion Ramsey, who made her initial court appearance on Thursday in the District of Nevada, is expected to be arraigned in Los Angeles in the coming weeks. If convicted of all charges, each suspect could face up to 30 years in prison for each count, officials said. What would happen if low-income families turned into homelessness? More than 170,000 people living in tents and cars and sleeping outdoors on sidewalks and under highway overpasses. California is the epicenter of the nation's homeless crisis, yet few, if any, communities have been able to make a significant dent in the number of unsheltered residents living within their borders. A 2018 federal court decision stemming from an Idaho ordinance found that criminalizing homelessness, including prohibiting sleeping in public, violates the U.S. Constitution and amounts to cruel and unusual punishment, if no shelter beds are available. Bass declared a state of emergency on homelessness on her first day as mayor and said she intends to move more than 17,000 homeless people into interim and permanent housing during her first year in office. Since then, she has issued emergency directives to free up surplus and unused properties for housing, clear encampments under the city's Inside Safe program and pushed for a $50 million emergency fund that would pay for homeless initiatives. According to the 2022 homeless count, more than 69,000 people were unhoused on any given night in Los Angeles County, a 4.1% increase from 2020. About 42,000 were within the city of Los Angeles, where public frustration grew as tents proliferated on sidewalks, in parks and under freeway overpasses during the pandemic. Bass's emergency declarations appear to have created a domino effect in neighboring cities, like Santa Monica and Culver City, which have started to issue their own proclamations in recent weeks. But the push to clean up the most obvious signs of homelessness has not addressed what many experts say is the root cause of the crisis: a shortage of affordable housing.